Friday Night SmackDown took place tonight from the Thunderdome, and this is, of course, the September 11th edition of SmackDown, and this has been 19 years now since the attacks on September 11th. Before I get started with this review, I wanted to talk about 9/11 and where I was, and of course WWE's edition of SmackDown, which is very noteworthy after 9/11. So I was a kid when 9/11 happened. I was very young. I was only 6 years old. And I remember hearing about it from my parents. People were scared. We thought the world was coming to an end. We thought there was going to be more attacks. That's all I can really remember, just people being really scared. And I was at school at the time, so I didn't know what was going on. But it was very scary. I can still even have some memories to it. It's been nearly 20 years. I do remember what I was feeling at that time. So I wanted to talk about that. And also, SmackDown is on 9/11, which I'm not sure if it's ever been on 9/11 before. It probably has, I assume. But in 2001, 2 days after the attacks, I believe, is when they did a live edition of SmackDown in Houston, Texas. That was one of the most memorable editions of SmackDown. Maybe probably the most. I still think that's the most memorable edition ever of SmackDown. It was horrible. It was sad, but it was very memorable. It was, they think they were the first company to go live on the air after the attacks, and people thought the attacks were still going to happen. They weren't done. It was very groundbreaking when they did, and of course, who can forget Lillian Garcia's rendition of the national anthem? That is still the best. No one has ever had a better. I don't think anyone's saying it better than Lillian. More emotional. There's been classic ones, of course. Whitney Houston's. They've had great national anthems, but I think that one, in terms of being emotional, man, it's hard as a human being for that moment to not bring a tear to your eye. But I wanted to mention that. And of course, SmackDown opened up with the graphics for 9/11, which of course they needed to do. I wish they would have done a video package. I don't know. Maybe I feel it's too political, but they would always do those. And they started a tribute to the troops after 9/11. So I wanted to bring that up. Unfortunately, the show tonight was horrendous, and I just wanted to be surprised. Roman Reigns brought him and come out. I'm just so bored. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I don't care already. It was an okay promo. You had the Uso, then Heyman, for getting him the match with Roman, or getting him that Fatal 4-Way match, and of course it sets it up with Roman. I couldn't care less. King Corbin comes out. He challenges, I think he's angry, about the whole situation. Sheamus comes out, and then Uso then challenged Corbin and Sheamus to take him and Reigns on. Corbin attacks Uso, and then they have a brawl that sets up the main event. Roman never helps Uso. I thought Heyman did well. I thought both of them did well. It's just, I don't know, I'm not into this angle. So they announced later tonight you have a Fatal 4-Way match between Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, and Tamina for a shot at Bayley's title at Clash of Champions. So I guess Nikki Cross can lose to Bayley for the 100th time now. But it shows Sami Zayn in the production truck, and I found him so irritating. He just does. There's something about him I just can't stand. This whole Fidel Castro gimmick, it's fucking stupid. I know he's a fucking communist and a Marxist, but seriously, for fuck's sake, can this guy just get his ass kicked and go away? He has go away heat with me. I'm at the point, I don't want to see him on my TV screen. I want him gone. Anyway, you have Jeff Hardy against AJ Styles. This was okay. This was not much. I thought this was average. What happens is you had Sami Zayn interfere, which we all knew he would. We all knew he was going to interfere. He hits Matt Hardy with the haluva kick. He throws Styles into the ring post, and then Matt Hardy, before they go to the commercial, show Roman Reigns and Jey Uso against King Corbin, which is official. And they show Jey Uso talking to Roman Reigns in the locker room, and they show Jeff Hardy collapse, and I think to myself, oh fuck, now we're going to get another damn alcohol angle. God, this is what we need. I guess he just collapsed from the beating he got took from Sami Zayn. They show Alice Ashton backstage. She says Jeff fell because of dehydration. I don't know. Maybe I think they're doing something to mock Matt Hardy. Maybe. Some people thought that. I didn't think of that at all. I'm like, oh shit, maybe Matt Hardy. I heard that online. Like, wait, wow. Then they could be doing that. Styles interrupts. Wants to talk about real news. He says Hardy cheated to beat him and Zayn. And then they recap Cesaro Nakamura. I don't care. Street Profits. Nakamura says, I don't care about this. They show Lucha House Party talking, and they show people backstage. You had Lucha House Party against Cesaro Nakamura. This sucked. Oh, this sucked. I hated this fucking match. I don't know why Lucha House Party still has a job. Why weren't these guys releasing the cuts? All three of them should have been gone. They show, basically they get distracted because the Street Profits are partying and the champions and all that. I hate the Street Profits. This fucking sucked. Oh, the segment sucked. I hated it. They continue to party there, and Lucha House Party joins in. This is just awful, man. And they go backstage, or they go back, and Bayley comes out for her promo, and she did really well. Hers is easily the best part of the show. The rest of the show is fucking horrendous, but Bayley comes out with a chair, same one she killed Sasha with last week. They do a video package of Bayley and Sasha. She talks about everyone's talking about Sasha Banks, and she knew that Sasha was setting her up. She knew Sasha was never really her best friend, and she was basically just keeping her close so she can, not surpass her. That's what she's trying to say. She knew Sasha would strike. She knew Sasha wanted her gold. She knew Sasha was jealous of her when she became Bayley 2 Belt, and of course Sasha wanted to be Sasha 2 Belts. She notes that Sasha was using her, but Bayley comes off weird because Bayley says, "I was also using you, Sasha." So I guess they were never really best friends. They were both using each other, and both of them knew it, but neither of them would say it. It's very strange. I didn't think that was good, but I thought Bayley still did well here, even though I didn't like the content. She knows Sasha Banks used her every step of the way, and she did too. And they were never best friends. She was using her, and Sasha is completely useless to her. So we don't know about Sasha's injury, what her condition is, but they wrote her off for a while before she makes her comeback. So Nikki Cross makes her way to the ring for the Fit for everything myself. Oh, I don't want to watch. Nikki Cross has lost 1 million matches to Bayley. But she has to lose 1,000,001 now. Anyway, Bayley attacked her with a chair, and that was just really. They come back and they show Alexa Bliss there with her hair basically in the Harley Quinn look she had. She's back to that Harley Quinn look. That's Alexa heel. I'd like to see Alexa's face. I don't like Alexa's heel anymore. She's been healed too long. I want to see her as she got a neat, good baby face run as a single star. Maybe she faces Bayley. That'd be pretty cool. But before Bayley faces Sasha. But Alexa's there. She has a lot more braids in her hair now. She's controlled by the Fiend. I'm not into this. I like regular Alexa. And by the way, Alexa Bliss starting her own podcast, Uncool with Alexa Bliss. I'll subscribe to it. I'm not that excited for it, but I do like hearing Alexi's voice. I don't know what this whole uncool thing is going to be, but anyway, you have Nikki, Lacey, Tamina, and Alexa. This is not very good. Tamina is awful. Lacey Evans is really bad. So they were all poor. Alexa and Nikki were okay when they were in the ring. They're the only ones who could be workers, and I like Alexa, but I mean, she's not a great worker. She's okay, but she's probably the second best worker here behind Nikki. And Lacey and Tamina were really sloppy here. This was not very good. What happens is on the outside, they show Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross on the outside, and Alexa gets written off this match, and she basically gives Nikki Cross her sister Abigail on the outside on the mats, and Alexa becomes possessed by the Fiend, and she walks off, and they show her just leave, so it just becomes a triple threat match, but Alexa's still possessed by the Fiend, which I hate. I want that to end now, but she's still possessed. She leaves. And then it turns into a triple threat match, and Tamina misses a super kick, and Nikki Cross pins her for the win. So Nikki Cross gets to lose to Bayley again at Clash of Champions. They show a vignette of a blonde woman getting dressed. So this kind of reminds me of the whole Emelina thing. Remember Emelina? Now Emma. Remember her? She got released. What is it now? 3 years ago now? Wow, it's been a while. Yeah. It's been released 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Poor Emma got released, but I thought the whole Emelina thing with Emma was weird because with Emma, she never, the Emelina thing cost her a job, but there was other girls. I think they tried it with Eva Marie first, then Emma, it flopped, and Lana, they tried it, flopped. I think it's gonna flop here. I don't know who's this chick. I don't think it's Lana. It's not Scarlett. That's who I think is an exotic blonde. Toni Storm, no, it's not her. That's not her body. Who's a blonde they have? It's not gonna be Mandy. It's not gonna be. It makes sense to be Mandy. Thinking of all the blondes they have. Not Dana. Won't be her. It's not gonna be Charlotte. It's not gonna be. Oh, what are exotic blondes? It's not Alexa. They won't do that with Alexa. Even though she'd work there, but she'd work in that angle, but it's not obviously her. I'm not sure. I can't think of an exotic blonde they have. I was thinking maybe Lana. That's all I can think of. No, it won't be her. She's with Natalia, so I'm not sure. Otis beat John Morrison. Miz walks out. This sucked. I don't want to talk about this. Fucking sucked. They go to a Firefly Funhouse. He talks. Everyone's in the Funhouse, and he talks about Reigns. He introduces the newest member. It's the Preserving Parrot. He never flew out of the box because Wyatt forgot to cut holes in the box. The Evil Vince McMahon puppet showed up, and Wyatt can't handle the Firefly Funhouse on his own. He introduced a new one, Wobbly Walrus. Wyatt gave a shocked look. I guess Wobbly Walrus is Paul Heyman, so that's okay. You get to the main event, Reigns and Uso against Reigns and Jey Uso against King Corbin and Sheamus. Uso and Reigns get the win. They win. No surprise there. It was fine. He hit the spear on Sheamus. Of course, Uso had to fight for the handicap match. Reigns makes the save. It's like what was it? The Payback show, and he gets the win. So Reigns Uso pose on the stage, and Uso grabs Reigns' hand with the belt, and he raised it. Reigns didn't like it, and he gets basically angry, and I guess Reigns and Uso are, they're not friends anymore. They're still cousins, but tension is rising before their match. That's how SmackDown ended. Not a good show. I thought SmackDown sucked. But, last couple months I talked more about 9/11. Hope I went into detail where it was, but when I was a kid, and I'm doing it here because I don't know if they'll ever do another show on 9/11 again, or if I'm going to keep doing this show, so I wanted to talk about it, and it is 9/11. But, it was really, just craziness when that happened. Just so many people dying, and when you hear one person dying, someone it hits you hard. But when you hear 3,000 people dying, it's not real to you. It's like, what the hell? That's like 3,000. I don't remember the exact number. 2,900 plus lives gone. Oh, but I remember seeing the videos. Seeing what happened, seeing the South Tower, first the North Tower hitting the South Tower, and the South collapses, the North collapses. Just the most shocking images you'll ever see. The people screaming and people jumping out of buildings because they want to be burned to death. This is, it's such a horrible day for the country, and never forget. That's all you can say about 9/11, 19 years later. It could be as long as things go on. You never want to forget about that day. So, also, I would recommend. I don't know if it's on the record. Watch that SmackDown again, because that's such an emotional show. Man, things were going on at that time. It was really probably one of the most memorable shows in the history of the company. The national anthem itself. I don't remember what happened on the show content-wise, but just that day, what the country was going through. That's going to wrap up this video. SmackDown was not good, but it is the anniversary of 9/11. I think that should be our main focus. All I can say is never forget.